there's another phenomenon that was very chronic to this ZP election. The amount of independents standing for election, because now there have been 7 who won, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the amount of vote cutting that has happened in this particular election as well, along with uh, how haphazardly it was announced, 5 days only to campaign, and then very suddenly the election happened. So there are a lot of factors at play which actually ended up in the result that we saw. And actually, since the state machinery, the state election commission also somewhat seems in the hand of the government, there's a lot of support that the BJP has had to put these machinations into motion so that they have had the numbers that they have had.
So the what you're saying, in other words, is that you are one party, or like there are two teams playing a cricket match, but one team is the home team. One team, in from that team, they have the umpires, they have their judges, they have their audience, they have basically they control everything, including the date of when the match has to be played, including the time of the match, everything they control, and they expect the other teams who are like who are poorly funded to fight against them and win the elections. In spite of that, people have got elected, which is amazing. But the reality is
Yes.
that every election that is happening in the last 5 to 8 years has been rigged. Number one, it has rigged by reducing the time given for campaigning. Earlier, it used to be about 20 days, 25 days. Now it's reduced to merely 8 to 10 days after you get a symbol. If you already have a symbol, it's okay. I mean, if you're contesting on a party, but if you're contesting as an independent, then it becomes very difficult because people don't know your symbol. And what has happened in many places is that uh, the people did not know the symbol of the candidate. They didn't because the state election commission did not allow any banners, did not allow any those cards which they used to give the voter slips. How are people supposed to know the symbol? There have been cases where people have voted because Zilla elections, they vote for the MLAs candidate. People have voted for the MLA symbol, although they had put an independent candidate. And it could, and many a time people don't know what is the current MLA symbol, party symbol, because it changes frequently. But whether it is in Pedne, whether it is in the south, everywhere it just happened like that, where people have been confused, especially illiterate people, because they depend on the symbol in order to go and vote. People who cannot read the names or who cannot identify the faces on now these ballots you don't have, but you need a symbol to vote, and the state election commission did not give candidates the opportunity to print and display their symbol, which is a big setback for many independent candidates. And panchayat elections and Zilla panchayat elections have to be fought by independents. Fighting on party lines is a bad thing, because where is the trust? Tomorrow you vote for Congress, or you vote for MGP, or you vote for BJP. What guarantee you give those people are not going to switch? There's no anti-defection law. So we have discussed this before. The fact that they are fighting the election on a symbol has only one reason, or rather two reasons. Number one is that the candidate gets a symbol which gives them 2 more days time to campaign than an independent candidate. Because once he files his nomination paper on a particular party, he can start campaigning from that time itself on the party symbol. Whereas independent candidate will take another 2 days by the time the nomination paper is accepted for them to be given the symbol. So that puts a lot of independents at a setback. It is a handicap actually, and that is why these people want on a party symbol. There is actually no guarantee of loyalty there. Second thing, of course, money plays a role. Now, that is what I was coming to as for corporate funding in this election. How do you expect an independent candidate who has a budget of maybe 2 lakhs or whatever to fight an election against a party that has a budget of crores? How much did BJP and even the Congress spend to put ads on those papers? And why did the State Election Commission not stop that? Are we fighting an MP election or an MLA election? Why do we have to put ads? This is supposed to be a candidate gets to meet the people personally and introduce themselves. and they want to show like it is their panel and all that rubbish. It's an insult to the
mm,
panchayati Raj system first envisaged by Gandhi. If